You may have noticed that my voice isn't fully back yet. That's actually a perfect illustration of what we're here to talk about today. Hi, I'm your infusion bestie, Shannon, and welcome to the Infusion Life. I want to tell you about the last few weeks, not the highlight real version, the real one, because I think what happened to me is something a lot of people in the community will recognize, even if they haven't lived this exact version of it. And I think it's something that the people building systems around immunocompromised patients genuinely need to understand. We came home from Italy 2 weeks ago. One of my kids was sick on the plane, vomiting, a fever coming on. We masked. Within days, it was confirmed, flu strain A. And then, one by one, everyone in my entire household went down with it. I'm immunocompromised. I manage a condition that requires weekly home subcutaneous infusion therapy because my immune system doesn't mount a normal defense on its own. Getting flu A in my household was not a minor inconvenience. It was a genuine threat that required a genuine response. And yet, I was the only one standing. For 2 weeks, I was the sole caregiver for a sick household, masking in my own home, running HEPA ELF air filters in every room, opening windows for cross ventilation, deploying the old school granny fans, you name it. Every meal, every pharmacy run, every doctor's visit, while maintaining my own infusion protocol, because that doesn't pause. It never pauses. And here's what I want you to really hear. I dodged flu A, and the protocol, it worked. And then my body sent its invoice anyway. What came next for most people would have been a cold, a few days of feeling rough, maybe a doctor's visit, back to normal in about a week. I'm not most people. What presented as a cold for me quickly cascaded. 2 urgent care visits, a trip into San Francisco to see my ENT, diagnoses of chronic pansinusitis, acute cough with asthma exacerbation, which kept me from sleeping properly for over a week. My meds included antibiotics, nasal steroids, pulmonary management, and when that wasn't enough, a referral to a specialist, further testing. Results that confirmed a significant escalation requiring aggressive medical intervention. I'm still not quite back to baseline, and I want to name what this is because I think it gets missed in conversations about immunocompromised patients. You know, that threshold between a minor illness and a significant medical event is categorically different for us. What resolves in days for most people can take weeks and layers of medical management for someone whose immune system doesn't work the way others do. This is not unusual for me. Actually, it's typical. And here's the part that I think about the most. Before I was diagnosed, I pressed through illness and pain for years, and most people had no idea I was suffering. That is the invisible load, not just the logistics of infusion therapy, the sustained, quiet endurance of a body that's always working harder than anyone around you really realizes. Through all of it, every Tuesday infusion held on schedule, without exception, because the infusion life doesn't pause. Not for a household flu outbreak, not for a sinus infection, not for exhaustion, not for anything. That's not heroism. That's what sustainable management of a chronic condition requires. Most people around us have absolutely no idea. If you're immunocompromised and you've lived a version of this, a minor illness that wasn't minor, a recovery that took far longer than anyone expected, a moment where the threshold became an undeniably real thing, I want to know that you are seen. And what you carry is real. The vigilance is real, and the cost of the vigilance is real. And this is exactly why the Infusion Life exists. To name it, to build a community around it, and to make sure that the people designing systems around us, patients like us, understand what they're actually asking us to sustain. I'm Shannon, and this is the Infusion Life. Subscribe now for new videos every 2 weeks. That's what I'm committing to. And leave me a comment. Have you ever experienced a minor illness that became something much more significant? I want to hear from you.